Disclaimer. This video's information is being provided for informational, educational, and general interest purposes only. The information in this video is not intended to shock, enrage, or otherwise provoke the viewer. The sole purpose of this video was to raise awareness of true crime-related events. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Please, fire ambulance.
Hello there. Yes, there is one truck. I'm a cab driver in Cherry Hill Mall.
Okay,
Yeah.
What's going on? What's the emergency?
No. There is a truck here, and he said he hit somebody.
There's a truck? What kind of truck is it?
It's a Ram 1500.
Is it a black truck?
Yes.
What's
yes.
the plate on it?
The plate is... It was me. It was me that did it. Come arrest me.
Okay, what's the plate on the truck? Can you ask him his name?
I don't know, but it was me that crashed into them. Get over in this parking
Okay,
lot.
what's your name?
Nate Veltman.
Sorry, what's your name?
Nate Veltman.
Nate? Spell your last name.
Veltman. Veltman.
T-M-A-N. How old are you or your date of birth?
December 20th, 2000.
December 20th, 2000. Are you injured?
Nope, I did it on purpose.
Why did you do it on purpose?
Get the fuck over here, would you?
Why did you do it on purpose?
Fucking dog bot. Ma'am,
Have you been drinking or using drugs?
He's in Cherry Hill parking lot.
Okay, get me the license plate.
Okay, the license plate is BL16538.
16538. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's there's heavy front end or front end
exactly.
damage?
Yeah. I'm just sitting in the parking lot. He just came to me.
Okay, I'm going to keep you on the line.
Okay, the police is here anyway.
They are there? Okay,
Yeah.
take care.
911, what's your emergency?
A Canadian judge determined that the actions of the acknowledged white nationalist constituted terrorism on February 22, 2024, and sentenced the man, who was found guilty of using his pickup truck to kill 4 members of a Muslim family, to life in prison. In addition, Nathaniel Veltman received a concurrent life sentence for trying to kill a boy who escaped the attack in 2021. After striking the Afzaal family with his truck while they were out for a walk, Veltman, 23, was found guilty in November of 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted murder. On June 6, 2021, the Afzaal family was taking a stroll when Veltman intentionally crashed his truck into them, according to the prosecution, in an attempt to scare Muslims into leaving Canada. The defense used his mental health issues as evidence that he wasn't criminally responsible. The sentencing decision was made in front of a packed London, Ontario, courtroom on Thursday by trial judge Renee Pomerantz. In Canada, adults convicted of first-degree murder are automatically sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of release for 25 years. This was the first trial where a jury was asked to decide a case involving first-degree murder under Canada's anti-terrorism laws. Pomerantz declared that Veltman's actions amounted to terrorism and that the severity of the crime warranted the application of the harshest punishment permitted by Canadian law when determining Veltman's sentence. The offender did not know the victims. He had never met them. He killed them because they were Muslim, she said. It is an inescapable conclusion that the offender committed a terrorist act. One might go so far as to characterize this as a textbook example of terrorist motive and intent. Pomerantz presented her findings, and family members of the Afzaals were observed to be nodding and crying. After the judge left the courtroom, a few of them gave each other hugs. There's white supremacy in Canada. It is a threat. It is terrorism, said Ali Islam, an Afzaal family member. Veltman was found guilty of the murders of Salman Afzaal, 46, Medea Salman, 44, their daughter Yumna, 15, and Talat Afzaal, 74, her grandmother. Although he was critically injured, the couple's 9-year-old son lived. The terrorism designation acknowledges the hate that fueled this, Tabinda Bukhari, Medea's mother, said in statement in front of the courthouse. But this hate didn't exist in a vacuum. It thrived in the whispers, the prejudices, the normalized fear of the other. All of these played their part in the tragedy that unfolded. Bukhari said hate needs to be confronted and bridges of solidarity need to be built with other communities and faiths. Veltman was accused by the prosecution of being a white supremacist who planned to carry out violent acts, but the defense contended that since he kept his opinions to himself, his actions weren't terroristic. Veltman, according to Pomerantz, was a voracious consumer of extremist right-wing internet content and took inspiration from previous mass murderers. He held beliefs in the superiority of the white race and the related aspiration for an all-white society, according to her description. The criminal made it apparent in his statement to the police that he wanted everyone to know what he had done and why. This was a planned action, the judge declared. He intended it to terrify the Muslim populace. He desired both to emulate other mass murderers and to encourage people to carry out heinous deeds. Veltman gave testimony during the trial that he had been thinking about carrying out an attack with his pickup truck and that he had felt the urge to hit the Afzal family after seeing them strolling down a sidewalk. He claimed that based on their attire and the fact that one of the group's members had a beard, he was certain that they were Muslims. The jury was also shown video of Veltman telling a detective that his attack was inspired by white nationalist ideals, and they were informed that in the weeks leading up to the attack, Veltman had written a manifesto in which he identified as a white supremacist. Veltman expressed regret for the suffering he had caused during a sentencing hearing last month, but the victim's family quickly dismissed his apology as strategic words coming from a killer after he is convicted outside of court. Veltman's attorney, Christopher Hicks, stated that they are still debating whether to file an appeal.
All right, buddy. Sorry about that. No worries. It's 3:35. Are you doing okay? Tired?
I think I'm fine. I don't know, a lot of your questions
probably not going to answer, but I don't know what else. But
Yeah, I mean,
you're free to ask what you want.
I appreciate that.
And I might talk to you later. I want to talk to my lawyer, but
Okay.
or not my lawyer, a lawyer. I don't have one, so but.
Yeah, I hope I've hammered home this message to you enough about your lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I certainly wanted you to have the opportunity to talk to him before you said anything to me.
I don't know, for some reason I just feel bad when I say no to a question, which is stupid, obviously, because it's just your job, but, excuse me.
Well, here's my thing, and I think what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to ask you a couple things, and then I'm going to get you out of here, maybe let you get some sleep, maybe come back and see you in the morning, bring you something to eat, or, I don't know, coffee or something like that, and just check in with you at that time. But one of the things that's sticking out to me in this, you said you started, this happened in March, where things kind of crystallized for you, maybe in terms of just it's enough's enough for you.
I think with this whole, what I have saw happening in the world is really, like, I mean, that was when I really thought maybe I should, if I do want to do something, maybe it's better to do it now as opposed to waiting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So March, April, May, however many months that's been, 3 months?
Yeah, 3-4 months, yeah.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of time, potential for a lot of planning to go on.
Oh, it went by faster than ever. I thought, oh, I got lots of time, don't worry about it. And honestly, I didn't think I was going to do it. I really didn't. I just didn't see myself doing it. But I just thought, yeah, you thought I'm going to be a revolutionary. I didn't think I was actually going to do it.
Is that how you see yourself?
What do you mean?
As a revolutionary?
Well, we are trying to, the end goal is to overthrow Western governments. So, but what I did is not so much revolutionary in that sense, because I wasn't attacking the government per se. But the end goal, yes, is to create a new society, to make white people able to have control over their lands. And that doesn't mean you hate other peoples. It's just you're allowed to serve the interests of your people and not have everything controlled by corporations and globalists, and not have your politicians bought off by big donors that want to lobby for mass immigration, for cheap labor and stuff like that. I'm going on a tangent again, but
no, that's all right.
I'm
I'm very interested to find out everything about this. What motivated you? What plans you made?
Yes. Now, I chose to go as brutal as I did because I thought I needed to send as strong as a message as I can. As strong as a message as I can.
Okay. All right. So March, you said the time went by quickly.
It was faster than ever. I can't believe how fast. I honestly didn't think I was going to do it. I honestly am still shocked that I actually did that.
All right, Nate. So I really don't want to assume anything, but the items that you ordered, you said that you ordered and that you had with you, specifically the vest. I'm not sure about the helmet. Is that when you ordered those things in March?
I can't remember, but I'm not going to. No, it was. No, I'll tell you. I think it was like a month in advance. I think.
Prior to March?
No, sorry. It was a couple months after March.
Oh, okay. All right.
But it was more just like in the case that a cop shot me. In the case, but even at the time, I thought but it was kind of. It was kind of pointless.
Okay. I know you mentioned that you didn't want to talk, or you wanted to pass for now, but you had weapons in your car.
Yes.
You had that vest and that helmet with you, and wearing those things at the time you were arrested. Okay. All right. I just don't want to put words in your mouth. So if that's inaccurate, I would please tell me that. But so here's my thing. You've talked about your main source of inspiration being the gentleman in New Zealand.
Yes, he was.
I can't remember his name, I apologize.
Brenton Tarrant.
Brenton Tarrant?
Tarrant.
Tarrant.
Yeah, Tarrant.
Okay, who attacked 2 different mosques?
Yes. There's also a guy in Canada up in Quebec that did something similar.
Right.
He attacked one mosque. I don't remember his name.
So here's my thing. You had, I guess, started making plans 3 months, or in March,
Yeah.
several months ago, and procured some items. And we have a mosque here in London.
Mm-hmm.
And you were near a mosque
I didn't actually know it was near a mosque.
when you were arrested.
And I'm serious, I actually didn't know that.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, because when they were taking me to the station, we passed one. I was surprised because I didn't know it was that close.
And you mentioned, again, don't want to put words in your mouth, but when you were telling me about your drive home from work, you saw some Muslim people, and I believe from where you were telling me you were at the time, you had gone, it would have been near the mosque that you saw those people. So that puts in my head just the possibility that your plans included a mosque.
I understand that you think that. I'm serious, it actually wasn't, but I understand why you would think that.
Okay. So that wasn't part of your plan?
No, I honestly didn't even know I passed one. That's surprising.
But in planning this for the last couple months, the mosque was not part of your plans?
Well, I'm not going to say confirm or deny, but I can say that I took time to think of what I wanted my target to be. Because there's the point where you think, well, I want this to be something as most sympathetic to the public as possible, which was originally what I was thinking. But then I decided, no, let's send as brutal as a message as I can.
So you found...
Because from what I can see, it doesn't seem that the government or these violent terrorists and rapists seem to respond to anything other than violence, is what it appears to be. I wasn't a revolutionary in the sense that I wasn't attacking the government directly. I wasn't attacking a government building. Actually, but even Timothy McVeigh from the 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, he was a bit of inspiration for me too. Not so much that, not like it was a long time ago, so it's a different thing. But I think he's right when he says the government is committing atrocities in other countries. The federal government is slaughtering its own citizens with these gun grabs. I am simply waging war against the government. And I understand what he's saying. He's saying, you can't say, oh, you're this evil terrorist when it's the government does this stuff every day. You're just fighting. So, I don't know why I keep going on tangents, but yeah, he was a bit of an inspiration as well, although it's a long time ago.
Okay, so you just mentioned, prior to talking about Timothy McVeigh, that you knew exactly what you wanted to do, or what you needed to do.
It took me a while I knew I wanted to do something. I knew that Muslims were probably going to be my target.
Okay. But then you chose to go, and you used the words brutal earlier.
Yes.
So, and I think this was talked about, but you knew there were children there.
Yes.
And that was intentional, because you knew how it needed to be brutal in order for you to get the message out.
I was aiming for the parents, but I knew that there was going to be some collateral damage. And I didn't care, because I think it had to be brutal.
Okay. You were aiming for the parents.
Yep.
Is there anything else you think I should know?
Well, at the moment, I can't really think of anything.
think I'm going to let you get some rest.
Okay, thank you.
And just real quick, I've been doing this job for quite a few years now, and got to interview quite a few people. And one of the things I found is that when people decide that they're going to talk to police, for whatever reason they're talking to police because they've potentially committed a crime or they're a witness to something, regardless of what they're talking to the police for, most people have made a decision prior to talking to the police that they're just not going to tell them. There's something they're not going to tell them because they, for whatever reason, embarrassment or fear of being found out, whatever it is. But most people have something that they hold back. What is it that you're holding back from me?
No, I'm just saying it's taken me a while to come to terms with what I did because it was very distasteful and I did not enjoy it. So right now I just don't feel like talking about it too much. I talked to you about it a little bit.
Yeah, you did. You mentioned
maybe later.
Yeah, you mentioned that it was easier than you thought it would be, or it wasn't that difficult. But then after it happened.
Yeah, after it happened, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Yeah. It didn't even seem real. It didn't even seem real.
Okay. All right, why don't you and I get out of here for a little while. I'm going to come back and check with you in the morning, all right? Is there anything I can bring you? Anything else you want to tell me?
No, not right now.
Okay.
All right, and if you want to talk to a lawyer, you can at any point, even if like after I leave here, I go back upstairs.
It's fine. I'll wait till tomorrow. It's fine.
Just talk to ask one of the cadets or whoever. All right, they'll put you in touch with the lawyer right away. Okay. All right, let's get you out of here.
Were you able to get any sleep?
I'm all good.
Yeah. Okay. Tried to give you as much time as I could there.
That's fine.
I just want to remind you again that we are being audio and video recorded. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Next time.
I'll just say for the benefit of the record here that I came to talk to you to see if you wanted to, at this point, speak with a lawyer. You mentioned not at this time.
Well, eventually I will. Eventually I will. I don't know, like, I mean, yesterday I think I sort of thought I had something that like I know exactly what I want to say to him, but now I'm just really confused.
Okay.
I don't know, I'm really confused. I still don't understand,
Okay,
I'm still just kind of in shock. I didn't seem...
Let me just say, before you say anything else, I will also remind you, nothing's changed since the last time I talked to you in terms of your charges. Okay, it's still the same 4 counts of murder, first-degree murder, and 1 count of attempt murder. And when I talked to you before, I read you what your rights are the same. You can talk to a lawyer at any time if anything you wish to. Just let me know. But I also told you that whatever you say can be used as evidence. And that if anybody, any other police officer, any other authority figures told you that you had to talk to me, that's not the case. You do not have to talk to me. And so that all is still in effect right now, okay?
Okay, yeah, I understand.
What's on your mind?
I just, I might, unfortunately, I might need a bit more time before I'm able to speak again. I don't know, I still feel like I'm kind of in shock. I don't know. I don't know if I can really explain it. I just,
Have things changed for you in the last couple hours? The way you're thinking about this?
it's complicated.
Yeah, okay. When I left you last time, I went back upstairs. You can understand this is a massive investigation for us, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So our officers are out there gathering evidence, talking to people, looking at video, all that stuff. And as that comes in, I've been reviewing it and just come up with some things I need to clarify with you. One of the things is you mentioned that you drive a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Did drive a pickup truck. Is that a truck you've had for a long time?
No, it isn't.
Okay. There's damage to your truck now as a result of what happened. Prior to that happening, was there any damage to it that you can think of? Anything significant?
No.
No. Okay. We talked a little bit before about you in the past feeling depressed, and even as recently as Saturday, feeling depressed about things. Have you ever been diagnosed with anything in relation to your mental health?
No.
Do you take any medication for anything like that?
No.
What I noticed I noticed this earlier. I meant to ask you your shirt.
It's just a meme. Just for the meme.
What's a meme?
It's just a joke. It's meant to look like a Crusader shirt. It's just a joke.
A Crusader shirt?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there some significance to that?
It was just as a joke.
In relation to the events that happened yesterday? Okay. Can you explain that joke to me?
No, I can't do that at the moment. Maybe later.
Okay.
I'm still just not in the state I really can.
One of the things I've done since, again, Amy was reading the statements put in by other officers. Do you remember being dealt with by officers at the scene when you were arrested?
Yeah, I was very cocky.
Yeah.
But
Why is that?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I guess I felt like a relief off my chest at first, but it all changed, shortly afterwards.
Okay. One of the things that I read was that when you'd been arrested and placed in one of the police cruisers in the back seat, and that an officer was speaking with you there, and you had your hands cuffed behind your back, and you made a point of turning or pushing both your hands around to your left side and flashing the OK symbol at the officer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall doing that?
Yes.
Is there a meaning behind that?
Yes.
Can you explain that to me?
I got always asked that I'd, and a bit later when I've collected myself, I'll try to bring it together and explain things in more detail to you.
All right. Well, just so you know how this process works, you're going to go to court today, okay? Do you understand that? Did you know that?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
I kind of figured that was going to happen.
Right. So we have to have you in front of a judge within 24 hours of you being arrested. You weren't arrested until, 9-ish or so last night. But court, you have to be put in court at the next available time, and that's today during the day, okay? So I'll come and talk to you whenever you want to talk to me. I want to get a clearest understanding as I can before you go to court today, so we can present a clear picture to the Crown attorneys. You talked a lot about motivation, inspiration.
Yeah, I know, but
a message.
I don't just. Now I'm just feeling shock. I don't know. It just still hasn't really registered.
Okay.
I don't understand really why, but.
But you did. I mean, I know. I understand you being in shock. Not. Maybe everything's sinking in fully, but we talked at length about that, or you did.
I did, yeah. I do.
Right.
I do kind of remember that.
Okay. So. You talked about March being the month where this things kind of changed for you, that you decided you were going to go down this path.
Yeah.
And one of the bonus byproducts of this is that other people are going to be inspired by it.
Yes.
And that other people like you are going to take up that cause.
Yes.
So here's where I'm having a little bit of difficulty. You want to inspire other people to take up the cause, other people that are fed up the way you were fed up. And you want them to look at you the way you looked at the guy in the UK that did something similar.
It's not. I'm not telling anyone to look at anything anyway. That's not I'm not expecting anything really. I have no idea how things, what the future holds.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is something you thought a lot about. But when it comes to telling me what your plan was, what the research that you had done, you don't tell me about that. This is your chance to tell me. This is your chance to tell me the whole thing, to tell everyone the whole thing, as opposed to it looking like an impulse decision that you made. So all these other people that you think that you may inspire, all they're going to see is that you just made an impulse decision, not that you thought long and hard about this, that you made plans to do this. You did research. This wasn't just a whim.
Well, I'm not really in control of a lot of things, so that's just the way it is.
You're not in control of yourself?
I mean, I'm not. I don't really. That just it's just the way it is, I guess.
You were very confident last night that your actions would inspire people.
Probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I was inspired by others, so
Yeah.
probably.
But do you think that when people find out that this was just an impulse decision that you did on a whim, that they're going to be inspired by that? Or are they going to be inspired by
The research and the thought and the planning that you put into it?
Well, I don't.
and your reasons for doing it?
Well, I don't understand. I'm just a little sorry. I'm just a little bit confused at what your point is, because I already told you quite a bit, and it's just since then I've been kind of like, wait a minute, what the hell? And I'm just kind of trying to collect myself, so I don't. I'm not really sure I can say much more than that right now. I'm not sure what else to say.
Okay. How about this? You mentioned that you've done a lot of research about this.
Okay.
What does that mean, research?
Basically just, I guess just trying to figure out what wasn't being reported.
Okay. By the media?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. What about research into actually carrying out this act? I know you mentioned prior to doing it yesterday, you read about the guy that did it with a vehicle. And you mentioned you could do that, and you could show other people that you don't need a gun to do it, you could use a vehicle. Do you recall saying that?
Yes, sort of.
Okay. It might not have been your exact words, but I think that was the message. You recently purchased a pickup truck. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you purchase that pickup truck for this purpose?
I can neither confirm nor deny at this point.
A lot of people get their information from the internet now. I would say most people do. When they're doing research. Did you go on the internet and research what type of vehicle could do the type of thing that you did yesterday?
I can, until I speak to my lawyer, I can't really speak of the details of the actions that I carried out.
Okay, that's fine. Do you want to, we can talk to a lawyer right now. Let's get out there and get you on the phone with a lawyer.
I need some time, I think, before I can talk to a lawyer.
Okay, that's fine. And like I said, you don't have to talk to me.
I know,
right?
I understand.
Okay.
And you don't have to,
I might not be able to give you what you're asking for.
And you don't have to answer my questions.
Right. But your questions concerning my actions, I probably can't really answer right now.
Okay.
So it just depends what you're asking, I guess.
Okay.
Until I speak to a lawyer and maybe have a bit more time.
Okay. I just want you to, you don't want to really talk about that until you talk to a lawyer, but you also don't want to talk to a lawyer right now.
Well, I just feel like I just can't right now.
Okay. Why is that?
I just need a bit of time.
Like, we can put you in touch with one, but you're thinking you need more time to think about this before you speak with a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay. I told you that one of the things we're going to do is obtain a search warrant for your residence.
Yeah.
Just out of an abundance of caution for the officers that go to your residence, is there anything that they need to be worried about going in there?
No, there's nothing.
Are they going to be hurt by anything?
No, there's no one in there. There's no traps or anything. No, it's just a bit of a mess. But yeah, there's nothing there.
Is there anything of concern in there?
No, I promise. There's nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing.
What about in your vehicle?
Nothing. I thought they would have searched it already.
They will. Well, again, we have to have our authorization to do that. A judge's authorization to do that.
There's nothing in there.
Do you think that the reality of this situation is starting to set in a little bit?
Yes, sir.
And it seems to have changed your demeanor somewhat.
Yes, sir.
Since we talked last night. I don't know this, Nathaniel, but I assume you have people in your life that are important to you. That means something to you.
What is your point?
My point is that if you had people in your life that you loved or were really important to you, and someone had killed them in a manner similar to what happened yesterday, do you think you'd want me or another police officer to do everything they could to get to the bottom of it and understand everything? Would you want the police to do that?
Sure.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I understand.
For other people.
I understand, sir.
Okay. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything like that.
No, you're doing your job.
I am, and I'm kind of. There's a. You killed an entire family, except for one little boy.
Yeah, that's a pretty extreme thing.
Yeah. And so that little boy, there's not going to be any understanding on his behalf. He's not going to understand this.
I understand that.
For a lot of years, but there's a greater community out there, just human beings in our community want the police to understand this fully and get to the bottom of it. And that's why I'm asking these questions.
Yes, sir. I understand.
You mentioned when we were speaking last time that there was probably several times where you weren't sure if you would ever do this or if you could ever do this.
No, yeah, it just didn't seem like, it didn't. I did say that, yeah.
So, I'm wondering, Nate, if since March, since that's the month you kind of discussed or put it as kind of like the starting point for this. Have there been times when you've gone out in your pickup truck with the intention of doing this, but it didn't happen?
No.
You knew it was going to be yesterday that this happened?
No, but I wanted to wait till the summer if I did anything.
Why is that?
I just wanted, I don't know, a few more months of freedom, I guess.
Okay.
Or more just time to like think and stuff, I guess.
Okay. Did you ever go out, maybe not with the intention of doing it on that date, but go out in your pickup truck to scope things out, practice where you were going to go?
I can neither confirm nor deny at this present time.
Okay. So I think I mentioned earlier too that one of the things we do as police officers in almost any investigation into a crime is we canvass the areas around where it happens. And in those canvases we're looking for eyewitnesses, people that saw what happened, so they can tell us what they saw. But the other thing we do is look for video cameras. There's security cameras everywhere now. Most stores, lots of residences, cameras that belong to the city that monitor certain intersections.
Yeah, sorry. I
I
understand.
know your mind's maybe racing a little bit now.
Yeah, I understand. Well, yeah, I understand.
So you can understand that there's potential that your vehicle, you would have been captured on video surveillance cameras.
Well, likely.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. So do you know then what we saw then at that intersection on a video security camera footage?
Well, I mean, you can tell me if you did.
No, so I guess I don't want to play guessing games. I'm not trying to play games, but what we know now is that your vehicle was traveling northbound on Hyde Park Road and went through the intersection where the family was standing. It went through, and at some point north of that intersection, you would have had to turn around and come back.
Mm-hmm. I did.
You did do that?
Yeah.
Tell me your thought process.
I can't speak of it at this current time.
So while you're going northbound, you saw that family standing there?
Yes.
Okay. And made the decision that you needed to turn around?
Yes.
How fast were you driving?
I don't remember.
Do you remember seeing that family clearly there?
At this at this current time, I don't wish to speak on the attack that I did.
Okay.
Specifically.
Okay. I know. Last night you spoke about things being a blur.
Yeah, it didn't seem real at all. I was like, it didn't. Even when I woke up today, I guess it still felt like I was like having a dream or something. But no, it didn't seem real.
Yeah. So after you mentioned several times how surprisingly easy it was to do it, but then after it happened, the oh shit factor kind of came in. Sorry about that.
No problem. Yeah.
But
yeah, I didn't.
Even with that surreal feeling that you had kind of described, do you recall the direction and you drove and where you went?
I think eventually, I'll be able to talk about it, like if you're talking about specifics, but it's just at this current moment, I just don't think I can.
Are you really cold?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know.
It could be like, yeah, I mean, it is always cold down here. And it's also probably a physiological reaction of what you're going through right now. Do you need anything?
I can wait till I leave. I can wait till I leave.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You just have to say whatever it is, and I'm going to help you get that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of when you were talking about, like, when you were saying, like, oh, do you have close connections in your life? I mean, I wouldn't say haven't had any, but I would say that I didn't feel like I had much to lose at all.
Yeah.
And if I did, I wouldn't have done it because there would have been something else, but I didn't really have much to lose.
Okay. Is that a recent thing that maybe you didn't have close connections of recently, or has that been like that for a while?
No, it's been like that for a while.
Okay. What would you say was your last close connection, human connection?
Well, I probably won't speak on that at this time.
Okay. Okay. Did you spend a lot of time chatting with people on the internet?
No.
Not even necessarily about this, but just in general. Were you part of chat groups or anything like that?
No. I was very paranoid about offense.
Yeah. Is there anyone you'd like me to call for you?
I mean, I would like to, but I understand that's not something you guys have to do.
No, you're right. It's not. But is there somebody out there?
I kind of would like to just, I don't know, actually, at this point, to be honest.
I'll let you know that we've, in our investigation so far, and it's still pretty early, we've talked to several people that are in your life, okay? Or were in your life. Which is that's the way it is, In investigations, we go in an effort to find out as much about you as we can, where this may have come from. But if there's somebody in particular that you would like me to reach out to, I can do that.
Okay, I'll let you know.
Okay. Did you spray paint that cross on your shirt?
Yes, it was just a joke.
Yeah. Is that what it is on spray paint?
Yeah.
Does anybody else have access to your apartment?
No.
Are you on a friend basis with anybody in that building?
No, sir.
Just hold on a second, okay?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Hey, you mentioned that the Crusader thing was a joke, right? That you did for a joke?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Who is that a joke for? Like, who's meant to get the joke?
Well, there was no real point because I was wearing something over it anyway. But I don't know. I just thought it kind of made sense, I guess, for what I was planning on doing.
Okay.
But
right, because like the history of Crusaders and the Crusades with the Muslim people.
Yeah, but it wasn't even visible, right? Because I had a bulletproof vest, so it was kind of pointless anyway. But I was just like, well, whatever. I guess I was just like, why the hell not?
When did you make that shirt?
A few months ago. I just had that like on decoration on my wall at first.
Okay.
Just for fun.
You said when you got arrested that you were being cocky, but then it had changed.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what because I had like this huge sense of relief almost because like the pent up, because it was just like finally I actually went through with it. Like it's like, okay, it's over. I'm going to jail now. It's done. I did it. And I guess that was kind of a relief. So I was relieved in that sense, like, okay, I finally just did it and went through with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it felt like a burden was off my back that I had finally actually followed through with something.
Was that an immediate feeling of relief?
No, my first was just I felt sick, and I still do feel sick, and I always will feel sick because that wasn't a very pleasurable thing to do. But the fact that I had followed through was a bit of a relief as well. But it still didn't seem, it just didn't even seem real when it happened.
Do you recall seeing, I know you said, again, it was a blur. Do you recall seeing those people prior to your vehicle striking them?
At the current time, I just don't wish to speak on the action that I did, the specific action that I did.
Okay, how about this? Last night when you were talking about this, you said, I don't have any regrets. I don't regret doing it. And I believe your other words were something similar to, I didn't want to do it, but I felt like I had no other option, and I don't regret it. Do you regret it now? Is it different for you now?
I don't know how I feel now. I'm still thinking.
Okay. Do you recall, again, when I brought up you being cocky, or your words were that you were cocky for a little bit.
Yeah.
What makes you think, or what makes you say that? What's cocky? What was cocky about it?
Oh, I was acting snobby. Like I was acting like a snob when it first happened. I don't know. I guess for some reason I just found it hard to take cops seriously when they were all wearing masks. Or no, it just looks kind of weird to me. I guess I just wasn't used to it. Seeing all these cops wearing masks, but that wasn't really why. I don't know. My demeanor changed. I don't.
Yeah.
Not feeling like that anymore. But at the time, yeah, I was being a bit cocky.
Okay. Do you recall any of the things you said to the officers there?
Yeah.
You do remember them?
I remember some of the things that I said.
Okay. One of the things that you said is, I hope the news is here. Or that's what I was told anyway. Do you recall saying that?
No, I don't think I said that. I think I said I'm surprised that they're not here.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I said it.
All right.
I hope they're.
Okay, good. I'm glad you corrected me because I don't want to put words in your mouth. Sometimes things get lost in translation.
I don't know. Just do the investigation. I'm sure you'll find everything you need to know.
It's baffling. It's kind of baffling. So I want to clarify it. That's all.
It's just my demeanor between then and now is different, so I just don't really.
Okay.
I can explain later, maybe.
Okay. You want to reach out to me at some point in the future and we can talk again?
Sure.
I mean, that's totally your call. I'm just letting you know I'm open to it at any time. You just have to call. Reach out. And I'll come and see you wherever you are. Do you have any questions about this process?
No, I'm just going to deal with whatever happens.
Is that something that you kind of resigned yourself to the fact that before you did this?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to mentally prepare myself to spend the rest of my life in jail.
All for the sake of this message.
Yep.
Right. And then I think when we were talking earlier, you mentioned that you had targeted or you had focused your attention on Muslim people and said, well, I could have chosen a more sympathetic target, but I chose to go down this path instead.
Yeah.
What's the other sympathetic target that you're referring to?
Oh, well, there's lots more sympathetic targets. I mean, if you were to say, kill Antifa or something, a lot of people would be sympathetic to that because they've seen so many videos of, people getting beat up by Antifa and the cops letting them off.
Yeah.
So there's tons of targets that would be a lot more sympathetic. Or even if, say, you were to kill some politician that was being a tyrant or something. Well, obviously that's a much more difficult target, but there's many, potentially, targets that would be more sympathetic to the public. For example, say there were, a bunch of CEOs, and they're all meeting up to talk about their new stupid planning whatever stupid new far left policies are going to be pushing. People would be a lot more sympathetic to a target like that as opposed to.
Nate, did you ever take any other action in any others, in the name of any other cause, or even in this cause, prior to yesterday?
No, it's not. That would have just been risking getting caught, so that would have been stupid.
The man that you referenced as an inspiration for you in New Zealand, again, I can't remember his name.
Mr. Tarrant.
Tarrant. He's actually an Australian, is that right? I looked him up a little bit since you and I talked last, and I don't know if it originated with him, but I believe in his when he was taken into custody or when he was on the news. I'm not exactly sure, but he flashed those OK signs, those what would traditionally be called an OK sign, when someone makes that circle and sticks the three fingers up. I know that's something that you and I have already talked about you doing at the scene last night, or where you were arrested.
Yeah.
Is that where it originated from?
Yeah.
Okay. What does that mean to you?
Maybe I'll pass on that question until I talk to you next.
Okay.
All right. Well, you would probably know it way better than me because I just looked it up. I just read about this guy down in New Zealand there. Although I was aware that had happened, I didn't know his name. I didn't know what his motivations specifically were. But it sounded like, from what I learned, that symbol had turned into from some type of joke had turned into a symbol for white power. Is that accurate?
Yes. It's trolling, so basically they hijacked the symbol and said, hey, I bet we can make them, they're basically like, hey, liberals call everything racist, I bet we can make them think that the OK symbol is racist, and it worked. It was like a successful troll, basically.
Okay. And what's trolling? I'm an old dude now.
Oh, it's fine. It's like basically in internet culture when you, it sort of is like means bullying, but it's like, so basically hijacking the symbol was a form of trolling.
Okay.
So basically people successfully made the entire world now consider that symbol to be evil, even though it used to just mean okay.
Right.
Because they're like, basically they're trying to hijack mainstream culture and be like, okay, the stupid liberals call everything racist all day, every day. So I bet we can make them think that the OK symbol is racist, and it worked. So that's a form of trolling.
Okay. All right. And then I think that's what when I said it started as some type of joke or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then people in the white nationalist groups or whatever they're called started using it as a symbol for just that.
Yeah.
Okay. When you did that yesterday, was that your intention?
Yes.
To demonstrate your belief in white power?
Nationalism, yes.
Is there a difference?
Well, I just don't use the word white power just because it's just confusing to people. Because they, in their mind, they equate that with wanting to, enslave the black skin or something. And it's like, no, you just want ethnic autonomy over your own country. You just think that white people have the right to exist and don't have to give over everything to foreigners and immigrants and people who are basically replacing us.
Nate, do you belong to a white nationalist group?
No, I wouldn't. It would be that would be stupid because it would just put me on a watch list.
So have you ever belonged to anything like that?
No.
Okay.
Should have stayed clear. They're all just federal. They're all honeypots, all of them. I guess not all of them, but pretty much all are honeypots.
You maintained last night that it was your I don't know if it was your hope, but it was a bonus to you that others would see this, what you'd done, and other like-minded people would commit similar acts.
Right, and when I say bonus, I mean because I don't want it. You misunderstand me. I think that justifies. No, the justification for it, I believe, was the message that I was meaning to send. That is what I believe was justifies what I did. But yeah, that is a bonus. Yes, is to increase the morale, basically.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are very down right now and feel like the situation is hopeless.
And you were willing to sacrifice the rest of your life to help bring up the morale of white people are like-minded to your belief system.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, because that wasn't the reason why. I wasn't sacrificing to that wasn't the main reason. I already explained to you what the main reason. That's a side side thing. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't say I sacrificed for that, because no, I sacrificed for what I told you. The main reason was that's just a side. That's just a
bonus.
Yeah.
You said the first was revenge for a warning, to the...
Warning and revenge, both of those. Well, actually, revenge is secondary too. Warning was reason number one.
Right. Is there anything else you think I should understand?
No, I mean, I'm sure as time goes on, you'll probably learn more, but, and I guess I'll probably be talking to you more in the future at some point, but, I'm not really sure what else to say, unless you have something else.
Yeah. I would like to talk to you again. I want to, I certainly hope you understand that I don't this isn't something I condone. I don't agree with you. I hope you know that.
Oh, well, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am interested in understanding what has motivated you to do something, to culminate in that decision that was made yesterday. Or maybe it wasn't made yesterday. Maybe it was made months before that. It just happened yesterday, because I'm having trouble understanding why yesterday was the day.
I am too, actually, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to be yesterday. But I was planning for the summer, to do something in the summer.
I'm going to tell you something that you said to me last night. If you don't remember it or you don't agree with it, just let me know. I want it to be accurate. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But I asked you a question about what your intention was when you left your apartment, and you said to kill Muslims. Do you recall that?
Did I say that?
That's how I recall it.
Yeah, I think I did say that.
And if that's not the case, then correct me.
Okay. Well, I probably did say that. I am on recording, so I probably did say that.
Okay. If you don't remember, that's fine. But that's my understanding of it. So and my recollection of it is.
Okay. I don't remember what I said.
Okay. You don't even remember that.
I don't know. I don't know. My memory's a little.
Yeah, a lot's been going on. Understand. That's my recollection of it. I asked you when you left your apartment, and you said, "Oh, you might see me going back and forth in the hallway," because I was unsure. I'd walked in the hallway and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then I walked back, and then I walked, and then you ended up leaving eventually. But I asked you what your intention was, and you said, if I recall correctly, to kill Muslims. From what I understand, you didn't have a specific target. You were looking for Muslims in general. You told me that you didn't know the people that you ran over. You didn't know them.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm just wondering if you remember saying that.
Well, I'm just not. I don't know, but and I know you're saying you're not going to try to trick me, but I don't want to accidentally admit something, because I don't remember everything from yesterday.
Okay, so that's fine. And I do not want to trick you.
Right.
In our conversation last night, though, you did tell me about running over the family with your truck. You didn't say family, you said people. I just want to be clear about that. You and I discussed that. We talked about that. You told me that. I'm getting away from my question. My question was, was there a number of people? Did you know you wanted to kill a certain number of people, or as many people as you could?
Maybe I'll speak to you more later, if that's okay.
Yeah.
About.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Whenever there's a question that I can't answer, I'll just say that.
Okay. Did you know that family?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
when you say that to me, Nate, it makes me think that this wasn't random. It wasn't any Muslim. It was those Muslims.
No, I'm sorry, man. I'll give more details later. I really can't right now.
Okay, just give me a second.
You warming up at all?
Yeah, thank you.
I apologize for we talked a lot. We've talked a lot. I have a lot of questions. This is a major incident, right? So.
Oh yeah, I understand.
I think you knew that it would be. And some of the things that you say spur me to think other things, other questions.
Yeah, I haven't probably been completely clear with you, so maybe that can change in the future, but there's not a lot that I can really say right now.
Okay. Well, and I honestly don't know how much this changes things for you overall, and I could be way off, but based on what I've learned from you, let me ask you this. We've one of the people we've spoken to overnight, not me, but one of my partners, spoke with somebody that knows you, who mentioned that you have a Muslim friend.
Well, he's more secular, but he's probably the closest. I guess we're probably not friends anymore, but
because of this?
Probably not. I doubt he wants anything to do with me, but yeah, he's probably the closest friend I've ever had. But he's more secular. He wasn't.
What do you mean? What does secular mean to you?
Like he technically comes from a Muslim family, but he's not really Muslim himself.
And who are we talking about?
Oh, you're wanting to know who?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to find out. Anyway, I think someone said the name Ishmael to me. This is the closest friend you've ever had?
Yes.
Can you see how confusing that is for us?
Well, he's not really Muslim.
It comes from a Muslim family.
Yeah, but they're from Turkey. It's not really the same thing.
It's not?
No. Look, I've said before, I didn't want to do this. I just felt like I had to. This was very, very, very distasteful. I just felt like it was the only way I could send the message that I had to send. If it was a peaceful option, I would have chosen that and been happy to just speak my mind as a private citizen and live a normal life, but I didn't feel that was possible. Because, as I was saying before, people who do speak their minds and be peaceful, they get charged with hate speech and locked up anyway. So, I didn't really see much of it. I felt like I was in a bit of a pickle without not knowing feeling like I had any other option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did talk a lot about that last night. That was one of the main themes, I think, for you, was that there was no other way anymore.
No, not that I could see. I know everything that we talk about can be shared with the media. So
we will not be sharing this with the media. Our conversation is not going out to the media. That is not something that we do. Okay?
Well, I've seen many, but I've seen like documentary footage with police interviews.
Oh, yes, I had.
So that's what I mean. It's just at this current time, I can't speak on the actions that I committed. At this current time, I can't. So I apologize for that, but.
Can you tell me why you can't? That makes a big difference. You understand that? It makes a huge difference to me. Up until 10 minutes ago, I was under the impression that you were just looking for any Muslim people. But now, that's not the case, is it? It was those people.
No. I'll speak to you later, but no, I think you have the wrong idea.
Okay.
But I'll talk to you about it in more detail later.
Well, that is certainly, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to talk to you about this. Is there a reason why it would have to be later as opposed to now?
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about what happened.
I know.
You've told me a lot about what you did.
Yeah.
It seems odd that you wouldn't.
I just feel different right now. I just don't feel the same way I did yesterday.
Did you know those people?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Did you know they were going to be at that intersection?
I can neither confirm nor deny. I'm sorry. I'll speak to you in more detail.
Okay,
later.
no.
I can't. I don't feel in the position to speak about what I did.
So we're going to have a conversation in the future, and you're going to clear this up, this particular issue up?
Yes, I'd like to.
Okay, I would like that very much. But again, it's your decision, and I'll touch base with you in the future.
I understand you're just doing your job.
Yeah. That is a big, that is a huge question mark for me right now.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm just going to deal with whatever happens.
Okay. Before we finished this morning, I told you before that it's extremely important in general, but it's really important to me that we as police officers get this right. Any crime, it's important to me we get it right. This is a huge event. This is a tragedy. I know you may not see it that way. It's important to me that we get it right.
I understand that.
Is there other people out there that we need to be talking to about this that you are aware of?
No, there's nobody else that was in connection to what I did. This was lone wolf.
There's nobody else in this city or in this world that you discussed this incident with prior to doing it?
No, I'm not that stupid. That would have been That would have been a bad thing, a stupid thing to do if I would have just gotten caught.
And once again, just in relation to the safety of our officers that are going to be at your place at some point in the future.
Yeah, I understand you. I understand you can't take me at face value, but I am telling the truth that there's nothing there.
Okay.
There's nothing there.
There's no firearms.
No.
Nothing that's going to hurt our officers.
No. It's a mess, but there's nothing.
No other people inside there.
No.
Okay. I'm going to just. This is my last trip out. I will be in touch, and then again, if you want, at any point today, you want to speak to a lawyer again, if you have a specific lawyer you want to speak to, just say the word, and the sergeant will get you in touch with that.
Thank you, sir.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and press the notification bell. Additionally, you can view our playlists and most recent videos. Thank you for watching.